Wynn Resorts beat and blew out the number by 57 pennies. One of the things that the MMTs are learning is what it's like to see this. We closed at 164.89, and the low was 162.78 on a drop down after hours bid. Then after that, it came all the way up here, and you can see the high was 170. That was an $8 move. Okay? If you can see the prints here, it says 170 on the high of that bar, and this was down here at the low of 162.78. So when you have the drop down bids, and we did the work, we knew that earnings was going to blow this quarter out. We talked about it all weekend, didn't we, MNTs?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Even though now it's going to be extremely more overbought. It's going to be, all that good news is going to be overbought. And the thing about it is, in the short term, it's going to be a good short on a pullback, and it's going to be a good trade off the bottom at support levels moving forward. This will go on your list now because it delivered the number. And that means for several forward-looking trading days, that Wynn will bounce off support levels. It will get sold short at overbought levels, but it will be a good intraday trader for the MMTs to make a market with, because it's going to have a lot of price action volatility intraday, long and short. The number was extremely high. IBM beat by the 7 cents, everybody. We'll get back to that. We already did that after hours, but the Wynn numbers are outstanding. And I already know where the money was coming from. We talked about it. And our conversation was that they were going to pull in a lot of money in Macau, man. A lot. So we're going to find out what the Las Vegas comps were in the earnings versus the international one, okay, and whatnot. And we already had that. Now, if you had the bid up and out of the money at 169.50 before because it closes here at 164.89. So when you have that short side out way above the market, it goes up and it hits it and it drops $3. You make money. Same thing on the bottom side for the knee-jerk preliminary headline number where the bids drop or they spike too. Knowing where to have those limit orders out ahead of time is going to make your life pleasant. Because you're capping both the long, short side, both long and short side. So learning as we move forward, we had cherry-picked the best of the breed of the earnings now to trade for the rest of the summer. And this one goes in your list as of today, here and now, every morning. And you will get good short sells like you did here, 170 down here to 167.05. They blew the number out, but just remember, we're overbought. They beat by 57 cents. You hear me? If you adjusted the property in Q2, it was 314.3 million up 45%. Table games turnover in the VIP segment was 32.7 billion for the second quarter of 2011. That's the VIP segment. Boy, he's really raking some money in. How nice of him. Mass market table games win percentages calculated before discounts of 27.8% was in line with their revised range and higher than the 22.9% generated in the 2010 quarter. They've increased their expected mass market range from 21 to 23%. Here's the thing. They're increasing that to 26 to 28. How nice. Based on their experiences since the opening of Encore. Boy, what a nice hotel. Been there several times. Net revs for Las Vegas operations were $390.8 million. That's 22.8% higher in the second quarter of 2010. So even though we've had a slowdown in the economy, Las Vegas has been bringing people in. Wynn has anyway, and been executing. So is consumer spending as bad as it is? Think about it. Put 1 and 1 equals 2. All right? That is a nice number there. Okay? They have an EBITDA of 132.7 million with a 34.0%. Okay. Margin on net revenues now. And that was up 103.7% versus the 65.1 million generated in the comparable period in 2010. Vegas table games win percentage of 27.6 was above the property expected range of 21 to 24%, and the 20% reported in the 2010 quarter. Well, that's very significantly. We'll talk about it later. However, we'll talk about the trading ranges, the knee-jerk reaction. What a nice blowout number. And this is the one that goes on the list, MMTs. Do I make it clear?
Crystal.
Okay.